Hey guys, this is Super Matt, and I'm with Travis Scott today from the Travis Scott Mortgage Team. How's it going, bud?
Very good, thank you.
Good to see you.
You too.
Well, today we're doing a video on the First Time Home Buyer series, and Travis is here today to talk about lending and how to help people who are first-time home buyers get into buying a home, right?
Yes, sir.
And how many people do you see when they're first-time home buyers that are renters?
Oh, well, pretty much all of them. I mean, they usually come from a renting situation. Very few of them come from their parents' home. So most of the time,
right?
Yeah, most of the time they've had experience living on their own.
Yeah.
I think as we've gotten further in my career, we've seen more and more being renters. Early on, yeah, you had some that stayed at their home and just bought directly from their parents. But now it's pretty typical that renters.
It seems like last year we saw some kind of statistics saying that the 30-something-year-olds were going back and living at home with mom and dad, and trying to save money.
I've got 6 kids. Don't tell me that.
Right?
Don't tell me that.
No, don't do it.
Once they're out, they're out.
I know. Well, after this month, I only have one left in the house, so we're really happy about that. Well, I am. My wife is not, but anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got some great questions for you today.
Sure.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here we go. So how hard is it for the first-time home buyer to get qualified to purchase their first home?
Not as hard as you think. There's 4 C's involved here. There's credit, there's capacity, which is your debt to income ratio.
Okay.
There's cash, and there's collateral, which is the house. So there's plenty of programs out there that are forgiving in those matters if you're short on one.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's not as hard as you think. A lot of times it's actually harder to get approved for a credit card than it is a home loan.
Yeah, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, so out of the 4 C's, do you ever get them that they all got everything in line pretty good?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
And which one is usually the worst one of all?
Probably, well, there's going to be 2. It's either cash or credit.
Yeah.
So the credit scores are obviously super important. And
right.
They have to have some established history of how they pay their debts, and that's what a credit score is. So, people that have a bankruptcy yesterday thinking they should get 100% financing, it's just not in the right expectations.
Yeah.
And then cash is another one that's pretty tough.
Yeah.
But there are several programs out there that can help with that. So.
Yeah, that's great. We're going to talk about that too. Okay, so what are the typical issues you run into with renters? So they've been renting for a year or 2, maybe 5 years. And then they decide, okay, now I'm going to start looking at a house.
Right.
They contact you, and what happens?
So I think the biggest issues we find are recent credit issues that have kept them from buying in the past.
Okay.
Or they're just scared. They've never even tried. Maybe they've had some credit issues in the past, like I'm not even worthy of trying. And we find out that they are. There's plenty of options they have available.
That's a big step for people who, especially they're young, they've never owned before, they're renting, and then they're going to step into that buying process. They really do need somebody to help them, hold their hand, walk them through the process, and be able to give them some good information so they can reduce that amount of fear and then proceed on to getting into their own home.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, one of the biggest obstacles we have is that people just don't know what's out there.
Yeah.
So they still think they have to put down 10%, 20% when you really don't. So that's actually a big obstacle that renters provide.
Okay. All right. So what are the items renters need to come up with before they talk to you?
So pretty simple. Income documents, pay stubs, W-2s, tax returns, asset statements, bank statements, 401k statements. You just want to be able to document the information that is put on a loan application with paperwork.
And your underwriters need that document information.
If we ask for it, we need it.
Yeah.
And if we don't, if people say you don't need that stuff, they haven't done a loan in the last 2 years because it's all changed. So
okay.
We have to prove it.
Okay, got it. All right. So in your experience with the first-time home buyers, what is the best advice that you can give them?
Don't be afraid.
Okay.
Don't give up.
All right.
And ask lots and lots of questions. So there's no dumb question.
Right.
And be careful what you ask for with grandma and your uncle that may have bought one house in the last 20 years, because there's so much information out there online. There's so much, people are in each other's ears. You want to talk to somebody who, whether it be a real estate agent, a lender, an insurance person, that is very seasoned in what they do. They're in the trenches. We've helped thousands of families over my career. So Just somebody like that will be very seasoned in what they're doing and know what's out there and know the best route to
Yeah,
get.
everybody's ready to give you advice, aren't they?
Everybody's ready. Everybody watches HGTV and they can become a renovation expert in 30 minutes.
That's right. We're all pros out there.
We're all pros.
Y'all don't know anything. Let me tell you how it's done.
That's how
right?
I exercise. I watch an exercise video, and that's I'm an expert in exercise.
That's right.
The case.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Yoga.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right. So, what programs are out there to help first-time home buyers?
Well, there's several down payment assistance programs. Each city typically has one. Denton has one. Denton HAP. If you're a veteran, that's a great loan. Is the VA loan.
Is it?
USDA, especially in the rural areas, that's up to 100% financing.
Wow.
There's teacher programs, firefighters.
Okay, what if you're none of those?
If you're
right? If you're just none of those, and just Joe, old Joe. I'm just tired of renting and throwing my money away. I just want to buy a house.
Yeah. There's plenty of grant programs out there that are non-specific to a certain job title.
Okay.
SEF is one. That's with the state of Texas.
Okay.
TDHCA, TSAC. These are all mortgage lingo, but there are programs available. So
okay. But those are have maximum income amounts and stuff like that in most cases?
Yes.
Okay.
You're going to find that most grant programs, in fact, all that I know of, do have those, some type of limit, some type of qualifier.
But you don't have to be a low-income person to get that, though, do you? Okay.
No, depending on the area you buy, those numbers can change.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. And that takes place of anybody who is in the family who makes an income, like husband and wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those are combined incomes together.
Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Oh, so you could be married and only show one income.
Yeah. There are a couple of those grant programs that just have the borrower themselves, just their income. Mm-hmm. You don't have to have a whole household income.
Well, so let me ask you that real quick. Do you think that it's better for couples to go with one person as income and not have two, or is it always better to have two?
It depends. So. Okay. Obviously, from a paperwork standpoint, it's easier to have one. But, and in Texas, the spouses are both on title. So it's half their house. You can't get rid of that.
That's right. That's right.
But the other thing is, credit scores, the way that lenders grade credit scores, it's the lower. So there's 3 credit scores that are given.
Yep.
We take the middle of those 3 credit scores as the grading score.
Okay.
And between husband and wife or borrower and borrower, it's the lower of those 2 middle scores. That's
Understood.
the grading. So you could have one person with a 700 credit score, another person with a 620.
Yep.
The 620 is the one that matters for pricing on interest rates and for grading as far as your approval goes. So if that person doesn't make as much money or you don't need that money and qualify off the other one, that's the best route to go.
I see. And do you have, if people have, let's say they contact you and you find out, well, yeah, we need to work on your credit. You have ways to help them, tell them and get them a plan started so they can start working on that. So maybe 3 months down the road, they get those things taken care of where they can raise their credit scores back up again?
We do.
Okay.
We look at it ourselves on my team to see if we can do something internally.
Okay.
But we also have other third parties that are just rock stars at what they do.
Awesome.
We've partnered with them for a while and they're very good. There's a lot of credit repair companies out there that unfortunately don't do what they say they're going to do. Mm-hmm. And we've been blessed to have aligned with some that really do a good job. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Travis, what is the easiest way to contact you and your team?
So the easiest way would be to go to applywithtravisScott.com.
Okay, we'll roll that across here.
Okay.
On the
video. Our phone number, our team number is 972-232-7340.
Okay. And is there any place in Texas you don't help people?
No.
Okay, so you can help anybody across the Texas area or any state.
I'm in like 48 states.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you can help anybody anywhere.
Yeah, we've done several outside of Texas.
Right.
And I've got a dedicated team back at the office that's working all the time to make sure the files don't miss a beat. So.
Oh, great. Yeah. Okay, well, we appreciate your time today. Thank everybody for watching today. We appreciate y'all. We hope that this series part of first-time home buyers with the lender today, Travis Scott from the Travis Scott team, will benefit you in your future. Don't forget to call Travis or his team or shoot him an email, go online. There are easy ways to find out. Y'all are here local in the Denton area.